talking about why clarity is important. Because if you don't even understand why it's important, then guess what? Why would you want to change? So jump on in here today. Y'all know I just like to talk smack. I hope y'all had a great day. This is my first time live on YouTube. Yes, I am live on YouTube. Hey YouTube. I hope I see y'all more. Okay. So if y'all ain't subscribed, make sure that y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, I'll also be on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook, Ariel St. Clair. That's AERIAL. So you type that in, and I'm pretty sure I'll come up. It's not too many people spelled, names spelled like that. So, but yes, but let's jump on into it. So why is clarity important? For one, in order for you to understand why clarity is important, you have to even understand what clarity is. So what is clarity? So remember, clarity is basically the process of being able to understand what somebody's told you and process it and interpret what they said. So basically, if you don't understand something, it's not clear. That means you didn't understand it somewhere along the line, and that's why you can't process it. So you have to go back and break it down until you learn to understand it. Now, we also have to remember everybody learns different as well. Yeah, like, why did she say that? Why did everybody say everybody learns different? And I apologize to YouTube. Queen A is tired today. I am so tired. So I have been running around. It's been a lot going on. But nevertheless, I am here for my first live. And I promise y'all the next one, I am not going to be so tired. But today I am very tired. Working on getting some things going. So let's jump on into it. Like I said, clarity is basically the process of being able to listen to what somebody told you, understand it, process it, and interpret it. Now, just think of if you didn't understand things, and if you couldn't process things, and if you couldn't interpret things. Let's see how that will work in your life and why it's important to have clarity. Now, for instance, let's say we have people out here working. You want to work, you go to school, they teach you, you go, you get your college degrees, and then as long as you get a college degree, you're going to live this happily ever after life, right? But what happens when you graduate high school, you get them degrees, and then you like, hold on, now I'm in debt. Now, you know what, not only am I in debt, let's say the degree I got, that's phasing out. That area of life is phasing out. And now, not only am I in debt, I'm not happy because we know financial issues bring unhappiness as well, right? So the thing of that, the reason why we have that is because a lot of people be unclear on the way it works when you graduate and you go to college, right? Nobody talks about understanding the financial issues of it. Like, okay, when you go to school, you understand that you're going to get a loan, and you also understand that you're going to have to pay that back, and you also understand if you don't pay that back, that's the one loan that stays on your credit, right, and messes your credit up. And now let me just say this. This is nothing to people that's in college. If you have a degree, get a degree. But we have to understand how to go about getting your degree. There are many areas. A lot of times, some people don't need to graduate high school and get out and go straight to college. And why do I say that? Because if you have no understanding of what you want to do in life, meaning if you get out of high school and you going straight to college for what everybody else, like for instance, Queen A, I'll use me. When I got out, well, I didn't graduate high school, so I got my GED. But once I did that, what I did was I went to medical school because I enrolled in college and I went for a medical assistant. I thought everybody was doing, and that's what. And I was raised that women are you're supposed to go to school in the medical field, right? You're supposed to be in the medical field and a savior and things of that nature. So for me, it was like a no-brainer. I didn't even think about what I really wanted to do in life. The only thing I thought about was medical school because that's what I was taught that women are supposed to do. So, that being said, what I did was went to school. I incurred a lot of debt, and once I went finished college and I started working in that field, I understood that hold on, this ain't for me. Like, right? Don't get me wrong. I want to care for people, but I understood then that it wasn't in a physical way that I wanted to care for people. I wanted to care for people in a mental aspect, right? I want to plant seeds and water minds so I can see people grow mentally. But by the time I understood that, I had already accrued so much debt from finishing school. So what I'm saying is, when we go to school, we have to have the understanding of what it is that we really want to do. Not what it is that our siblings would want us to do. Not what it is that our mom raised us to say to want to do. Not what it is that our father raised us to want to do. What is it, the burning desire that you want to do? And once you understand what that burning desire is, then and only then will you have clarity and feel yourself. And what I mean by feel yourself, how many times have people finished high school, finished college, and they go and they get a job in that area where they went to college, but they miserable because they paying so much in debt. They're not happy. They're having financial issues because nobody taught them about finances. So this is what I mean. We have to understand these things. So if you are a person like Queen A that did go to college, make sure that you understand what it is you want to be. Like, what is the burning passion for you? If you love to cook and you know what, you cook with a smile on your face, maybe you should be a chef, right? Maybe brick and mortar is not for you. Or for another routine, maybe somebody's been pushing you to play football, but you know what? I really want to start building houses. Brick and mortar is for me. That's what my passion is. But everybody else passion is me playing football. Well, if that's not really your passion, then you need to make sure that you is going along with your passion, because what you don't want to do is you can also be making money and be unhappy. And that's what we don't want. So what Queen A does, what we do right here is we shall help you understand how to shift your mindset, how to gain clarity on what it is that you want to do, on what it is that you want to be in life. Because if you don't understand what it is that you want to do, you will never gain clarity, okay? And that goes to anything, especially when it comes to, let's even go to relationships, right? Let's say you just jump into a relationship, or you get in a relationship and you want to make it work, and you just like, I love this person, and you see it making work. But in reality, there is no clarity on if y'all are even in a relationship. There is no clarity on building, on functioning, on communication. Like, there's no clarity on where y'all both are going, or is y'all both going, together. Then guess what? That relationship is always going to have some hindrance. If there's no clarity on even finances, like, what are we building financially, right? What are we building mentally? What is our goals when we have these tough times and we can't we feel like we can't communicate with each other, so we don't get into a physical altercation, right? These are things that we need to start talking about as before we just jump in a relationship. And then once we talk about it and we jump in that relationship, now we have clarity and we have understanding on where things need to be. Okay, we done talked about finances. We done talked about where we want to go in life. We done talked about if we both want kids or if we don't want kids, right? We done talked about, are we religious? Are you not religious? Because that's something you need to talk about if you're in a relationship. We talked about, kids. If you have kids by someone else, that's a conversation that needs to be had. How do you go about them issues? So, in relationships, these are things that we have to have clarity on. And a lot of people are jumping in relationships with no clarity on these issues. So, and then what happens is a lot of times, hold on, y'all, because y'all ain't tell me my list was dry. So let me put on some Cormex on my list because I just feel like I just keep on my list. All right. I look right now. I look right. So a lot of people are jumping in relationships without no clarity. And then what's happening is once you build that clarity, so what you can say now is, okay, once we have an understanding in the beginning, as the relationships goes on, now, if things are going out of whack, meaning out of that agreement, right? That little path that y'all created for each other, because y'all talked in the beginning. Y'all talked about, what y'all like, what y'all don't like, what you accept, what you don't accept. What makes you mad, what don't make you mad. What things you like, what you don't like, kids and things of that nature. So once things start going off balance, then guess what? You can come and say, hey, hey, love, I just want to talk to you. Hey, when we first got together, we talked about X, Y, and Z. I just want to see how we can fix this so we can get back in line and balance with that. And guess what? In a relationship, if you have clarity and if it's really meant, then they're going to work on getting that relationship back on that path. And this is a two-way street. Right? So that means this goes for men and women. So that means when the man has no clarity, he can come to the woman, and the woman does everything she can to get back on that path. And that also means that the man does everything that he can do to get back on that path. So that means if you're somebody in your partner's spouse come to you and they talk to you about an issue, then that means you have to set time aside to respond to that issue so y'all can get some clarity, meaning some understanding on how to proceed and move further or fix the issue at hand. Now, we also have to have clarity on when to move on, because we have a lot of relationships that is functioning off of confusion. So there is no clarity. And one thing people have to understand, when something get off track for so long, that's just like if you drive a car and you're supposed to go straight, right? And you like, what? I'm going straight. I'm going to New York. I'm supposed to go from here. I'm going east. I'm supposed to be going to New York. The moment I veer off that track of going east, it don't matter if I veer off and start going west. It don't matter if I veer off and start going south. It don't matter if I veer off and start going north. Either way it go, if I veer off the track of going east, I will no longer make it to my destination. I'm going to a different destination. And in order for me to get back to my destination of going to the east, of going to the New York, guess what I have to do? I have to maneuver. I have to maneuver my trip back to getting on the east, right? On the path of the east, or wherever it's at. So these are things that we have to understand. But what's happening in relationships, clarity, and a lot of people nowadays are comfortable with not having clarity. We don't have no clarity if we're in a relationship. We don't have no clarity on if we, what we're going to do if we're in financial trouble. We don't have no clarity on how are we going to build together. And in order for a relationship to work, these are things we must have clarity on. Not you want to, no, you must have clarity on, or it's not going to work and it's not going to move anywhere. So this is why it's important to have clarity. Even with your youth, it's important to have clarity. So that means like when you first have your youth, you have to start setting boundaries at a young age, right? So that means, like we even talking about potty training. So what happens? You start setting boundaries for potty training, and that lasts them for a lifetime. But if you don't put them on that path of being potty trained, some youth won't get potty trained until they're like 3, 4, 5. Now, let me just say this. So everybody's path is different, meaning it takes longer for others to get there. Everybody doesn't do it at the same time. Everybody's timing is different. And if you think, everybody on the earth timing is different, why do we have Eastern time? We have Western time. We have Pacific time, right? So everybody's timing is different. Like, even when somebody tell you they're on their way, when some people say a minute, they really mean a minute. When other people say a minute, like Queen A, right, I'll be there in 5 minutes, that means about maybe 10, 15, right? I just can't help it. Unless it's something like a business meeting where I have to be there on time, my mind just won't let me get there on time. Well, maybe it's just because my body just don't want to get there on time. I don't know. So Queen A minute is not somebody else minute. Somebody else, when they say they're going to be there in 5 minutes, guess what? They have that clarity and that understanding of, no, 5 minutes is 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. So I just want y'all to understand that we have to be mindful that we have no clarity even when it comes to our youth. Which is why our youth are on the street doing what they're doing. And they're like, oh, well, what do they have to do with a lot of parents? Because I'm trying to get y'all to understand why it's important to have clarity. If you have clarity on understand what your youth are doing, right? Where are they located at? Who are they associating themselves with? What are they watching? What technology are they you putting in front of them? These are things that we have control over. But we have to be clear and understand what it's doing to our youth. So if we are allowing our youth to just stand on the corner all day, then guess what? We have to be mindful of what comes with that. See, a lot of times we get mad at things because we don't have no clarity on things. And that's why it's important to have clarity. Because if you have clarity, then you understand that it's not okay for a child to stand on the corner all day. I need to do something. Maybe I need to enroll him in a program, right? Maybe I need to talk to him, see if it's something I can do to assist him. These are things that we have to start doing as parents, right? Even when it comes to our youth being in school, a lot of times we don't have clarity as parents. And prime example, when I go to youth school, if it's a event where parents are supposed to come, it's not that many parents there. And it's not that many parents there supporting the youth. So when I'm there supporting my daughter, my son, my cousin, whoever it may be, I'm noticing a lot of the parents are not showing up. Well, y'all say, well, what does that have to do with having Queen A? Y'all have to understand what it does mentally to our youth. If you are a youth and whether it's a basketball game, you're getting awarded for something in school, anything, and constantly nobody's showing up for you, what does that do? Now the youth don't have clarity. It's a whole lot of confusion going on in their mind. Because now, guess what? The only thing they can think of is, well, shoot, ain't nobody ever showing up anyway. I don't care. Ain't nobody coming for me. I don't care. Ain't nothing for me. But guess what? If they had clarity, like, okay, well, mom's showing up. Okay, now I need to do my script. Right? I got somebody to perform for. Like, I have clarity on who's here for me. I have clarity on who supports me. Because sometimes we say we support people, but we don't show action. That's why y'all have to understand clarity is action. When you show clarity, clarity comes with a lot of action. That comes with a lot of I apologize. Clarity comes with a lot of, I apologize. I love you. How can I help you? Help me understand. Can we talk? How can we make this work? How can we make this better? Clarity comes with structure. That's why we have a lot of confusion in the world, because we don't have no clarity. Nobody's looking to understand anything. People are just looking to go. Nobody's looking for a destination. Everybody's just going. But where are you going? When it comes to your youth, yes, you have youth and you're raising them, but what are you raising them to do? What destination do you have in mind? Because I can tell you now, with my youth, I have a destination in mind with youth. Yes, a destination. You should always have a destination in mind. Meaning if you raising youth, you should always have a clear vision of what you want to do. As the years go on, okay, well, I mean, from the time they come out, I did. I mean, one of the things I was very firm on was, okay, well, guess what? When they turn 6 months, I'm taking the bottle away. They're going to have to learn to cup whether they want to or not, right? Once they turn 1, they getting potty trained. It ain't about whether they want to. No, we're going to take the potty everywhere they're going, even to the, what they call it, look, my kid's older now, the daycare. So my daughter, when she was 1, right? And y'all probably think I'm playing. No, all my kids was potty trained by 1. So when my daughter was 1, I took her to the daycare and I had a potty with her. And I would take pull-ups with her. And I remember I picked her up and they was like, and she was wet. And I was like, why is she wet? Because I knew my daughter didn't pee on herself. And she was 1, but she didn't. She was the only one in her room who didn't pee on herself. And she was like, she was over there crying, but they had a new lady with her. And my daughter was crying after they got finished eating. And she didn't understand why my daughter was over there whining and going off. And it was because she had to use the bathroom. So she ended up peeing on herself. And they was shocked. But it wasn't until another worker came in and let them know that she had a potty with her. Like, no, her mom brings a potty in. She has a potty over there. So these are things, like I said, we start doing even from youth. And like I said, once they turn 1, they get potty trained. But as they got older, guess what? It was some things that I didn't have clarity on because I was experience in that area. Like, for instance, with my son was my biggest challenge and still is. Because why? I'm not a man. So I'm not a man. So it's a lot of things that men do that, guess what, queens can't understand. We don't seem to understand. So with my son, I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly getting clarity by talking, by, okay, well, ask me questions. Because I have to understand, well, why does my son feel like this? Well, what, how can I help a man in this? Or, why men feel like this or anything. Because I just I'm not a man. So I can only do so much. But then I tell you clarity I got from my son, from a young man. And it was something that I want to tell mothers out there and fathers out there, anybody out there that feeling like they can't. Because one of the words that I take out of my dictionary is can't. That's a word that we don't use. And I was talking about how I can't help him. I can't raise him to be a man because I'm not a man, so I don't know how to raise a man. And my son said something to me I'll never forget. He said, well, Mom, you know how to raise a dog, but yet you ain't a dog. And I said, huh. You know how to raise a fish, but you're not a fish? Huh. And that really did something to me. He helped me understand that I didn't have to be a man to raise him to be the best man that I can raise him to be. Yes, in the beginning, I had a lot of years where I didn't have no clarity because I thought I had to be a man to raise him. But my son gave me clarity and helped me understand that I don't have to be a man to raise him. I just have to help him understand principles that aligns with being a man. I have to help him understand that and do it to the best of my ability. That was clarity. That's just like a dog. I'm not a dog, but I help a dog understand how to be a dog. Meaning, you walk a dog. You teach them that, hey, no, when you use the bathroom, you're supposed to use it over here in the yard. Hey, no, when you eat right here, and this is what you eat out of, and this is what you eat. Right? Hey, you protect the home. If anybody come here that ain't us, you protect the home. But these are things that we train our pets and our fish and everything else to do. So the one thing that we have to learn how to do is teach. So, and I don't want to say train, because even when we dealing with pets and things, we are teaching them. We're not so much training them, we are teaching them. So we teach our animals how to be the best that we can teach them to be. Right? Because I can never teach a dog how to be the best dog because I'm not a dog. But I can teach them the aspects of being a great dog for me. Right? So that's what we're doing. We have to understand and raise our youth and teach them and give them clarity and help them understand how to be the best individual that they can be. And if we do that, if we start showing them, and when I say if we teaching our youth how to be the best them that they can be, that means we're instilling values in them. That means we're instilling goals in them. That means we're instilling positivity in them. That means we're giving them affirmations. That means that we are just filling them up. Yes. That means that guess what? We are planting seeds by the day, by the minute, by the second. Because I plant seeds by the second, if you ask me. Why do I say I plant seeds by the second? Because I have youth, and we don't go a day without telling each other we love each other. Every day we see each other, we love each other. Every time we walk out of each other's sight, we tell each other we love each other. Every time. I don't care if it's texting. At the end of the text, love you always, right? But them are planting seeds. And that's giving them, helping them have clarity and understand that no, mommy does love you. I want their brain to soak it and remember, no, mommy loves you. So that's clarity. And this is why it's important for us to have clarity. And that means clarity with everything, guys. Like I said, this is for everything. We even have to have clarity with our environment. What do I mean by environment? Environment is people, places, and things. So you have to get clarity on where are you keeping yourself around? You mean in what neighborhoods are you keeping yourself in? What spaces are you actively in all the time? What are you actively watching all the time? What are you actively participating in on a daily basis? What are you actively listening to, right? You have to have clarity on them things. Why do I say that? Why does it matter? I'll tell you why it matters. Because, like, if you know me, one of the things that I speak heavily on, and that one of my principles and one of my programs that I came up with is called the LWRS system. You know, this is a system that Queen A came up with. This is nobody else's system. This is my system. And it's called Living with Real Situations. And no, you cannot steal my system, okay? But no, it's called Living with Real Situations. So what this system is, we identify what real situations that you're living with. Because when you're unclear, there's some situation there that you're living with. So we identify what that is. Whether it's financial, whether it's physical, whether it's mental. It doesn't matter what area it's in. We have to identify it. Some people, maybe your dog died and you just, you've been all over the place. Maybe it's your family. Maybe, your bills just all over the place. Maybe your relationship is in a bind. Maybe your car broke down. I don't care what the case is. These are real life situations that you're living with. And we have to identify that, guys. Yeah, identify that. Like, I see I changed my voice up. Don't be trying to steal that either. I know y'all be trying to steal my little sayings and stuff, but I ain't gonna say nothing. It's like, nah. But no. But these are real situations that we're living with. So once we identify these situations, now, guess what we can do? We identify what real life situations we're living with. Now we have to sit here and go over these things. Is it really something that matters? Is it something that we can change? Right? So if it's something that we can change, then we change it. Right? If it's something that we can't change, then we let it go. Jim Rohn, I love that. That's one of the best quotes he said. For every problem up under the sun, there is either a solution or none. If there is a solution, go find one. If there is not, let it be. A lot of times we suffer in confusion over things that we cannot change. And Queen A I'm a prime example of that. I've suffered in confusion a long time because my oldest son passed away, and it's something I cannot change. But I've been suffering in confusion over that for a long time. Y'all probably like, how? Because my son, so much, if y'all don't know, for those of y'all that's just now watching me, or you just came to my YouTube, hey, and if y'all watching me and y'all ain't, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so y'all can come on here and y'all won't miss my lives when I'm on. And y'all can get updates on everything that we have going on here, all right? Because I really want y'all to make sure y'all keep because we got some great things. But no. So, what was I saying? So, so one of the things that I suffered with, my oldest son passed away the day before my Earth Day. And when he passed that day, my Earth Day too. So it's like when he died, a piece of me died, and I never wanted to. Well, ain't no like a piece of me did die. I don't want to say it's like a piece of me died. A piece of me literally died. I mean, I had him. He's part of me, and he passed away. So a piece of me did die, and that piece of me that died, I never fully let it go. I never asked for clarity on it. I never even thought about it. It's just something that I wanted to suppress and something that I just um, let go. And well, didn't let go. And it's been keeping me sad for years now. And I believe that's why I have a lot of anger sometimes. And that's things that, Queen A, hey, this is clarity. This is things that Queen A works on because I'm constantly working on that with myself, and I'm getting greater by the day. Thank you, Father, for that. But during this process, it wasn't until this year for my Earth Day that I sat back. Well, last year rather, because my Earth Day is in December. So it wasn't until this past December 2024. For those I don't know when y'all gonna watch, but it wasn't until December of 2024 when I really sat and I was one thinking of why don't I ever want to do nothing for my Earth Day? Because my Earth Day come around, my kids, it don't matter if I'm messing with somebody, it just my dad, it doesn't matter. Anybody can ask me to do something and I just never want to do something. I'm okay, I'm cool. I always just been so cool about it. But deep down inside, I've always wanted to celebrate. But I think also deep down inside, I always felt like if I celebrated, I would be doing something wrong. Or if I celebrated, it's like I wouldn't be acknowledging that my son passed away. That, or I don't know. But make a long story short, I never celebrated. Now I'm to the point to where, as a clarity coach, I understand now. I gave myself clarity on why it is that I don't want to do nothing for my Earth Day. And I also gave myself permission to let it go. Let it go, let it be, and let it live, right? And I don't want to say, Dad, let it live, but let it live in a healthy, positive way. Because he'll never die. Long as we speak his name, he's here. Long as I'm looking at his pictures, he here. So let it live. That's gonna be my new saying. I let it die. So let me find out y'all still in my gems. Let me find out y'all still in my gems like now. But these are things that I had to learn for me. Once I gained clarity and I understood that this year, oh, I'm on vacation. I'm out of her. I'm out of her. So if y'all see me on vacation, speak to Queen A. Speak to Queen A and be like, Queen A, I'm so proud of you for going on vacation. Yes, yes, speak to me now because it's going to be a new journey for me and I am going to be excited. So y'all make sure y'all speak to me if y'all see me December 2025 somewhere. No. But that is why it's important to have clarity. Because had I had this talk with myself years ago, now my son passed away 25 years ago. So had I had clarity on this 25 years ago, guess what? I wouldn't be in the situation I was in because I would be traveling. I would be doing things for my Earth Day, right? I wouldn't be been nervous to do anything. I just wouldn't have been. So I say that to say it's important to have clarity in every aspect of your life. If you have a child that passes away, it's great to go seek help. Get, some counseling. Find somebody to talk to. Take some kind of steps to release and let it live. Not let it go, but let it live. Because until you do that, you're always going to find some kind of confusion up here, right? Some kind of. So just make sure that that's what we're doing. So I give, now if y'all don't know, I do webinars monthly. So we do webinars monthly. We have a webinar coming up on the 21st called Get Clear. That's this Friday. This Friday from 1 to 4. If you want that website link, make sure you comment on this live, and I'll make sure that I go ahead and send you the link to our webinars. Now, say if you like, Dane, I ain't even be able to be present on this webinar. We do them every third Friday of the month. So every third Friday from 1 to 4, and they're totally free. Free 99. So come on in and get some clarity on building yourself up and helping you understand how to plant the seeds in your own mind so you can water yourself and watch your thoughts grow, because that's what we hear and that's what we about. That's what we're here to do. We are a company that wants to help you succeed mentally. Where most people focus on the physical aspects, here at SMB Sense, Queen A want to make sure that we are watering you mentally. Mentally. A lot of people selling earrings, a lot of people selling clothes, a lot of people selling hair, a lot of people selling nails. They selling all that good stuff, lipstick, you name it, right? But how many people do you know that's really selling clarity? How many people do you know that's really selling mental stimulation? How many people you know that really want to change the environment out here? How many people do you know that's focused on that? I can answer for most of you, because for most of you, it ain't going to be that many. You don't know that many. That's a fact. You don't. Because it ain't a lot out here. Which is why you can post something negative and it'll go viral like that. But you can post something positive and inspiring and nobody will see it. And what I mean by nobody will see it, nobody will even think to click on it. The hesitation is real when it comes to uplifting mentality. So y'all have to understand that clarity is important no matter what aspect of your life you seeking. If you're looking for a car, right? And I mean, this is just something simple. If you shopping for a car, you need clarity on how many miles it is. You need clarity on is the fluids topped off. You need clarity on is the engine running right. You need clarity on everything before you actually put your money into buying that car. You need to understand how that car is operating, right? So what more important than doing that for your mindset? What more important than doing that for your mentality? What more important than stimulating this? That's what we do here at S&B Sense. Okay? So that's all I got for y'all. I'm about to get up off of here. I apologize. I am so tired tonight. But I really want to come on here and still give y'all some gems to help y'all understand what we do. If y'all got something for this, please make sure that y'all like this video, love this video, comment on this video. Let me know what you loved about it. You know, I just want to understand that I'm in it for you all. The seeds I'm planting, it's only because I want to see how successful you will be once we help water your mindset. All right? So I'm out of here. I'm about to get up off of here. Queen A is so tired. And remember, if nobody else love you, Queen A, share. And if you ain't already, go ahead and subscribe. All right? Later. Mwah.